Greetings and welcome back to Oil Watch. We've created this show to keep Guyanese informed on issues relating to oil and gas and to keep an eye on them slimy, greasy politicians who have no shame when it comes to corruption and them oil companies who just care about the money. Today we will be visiting the topic of the Gas to Energy project, which is a subject of contention between the government, opposition, environmentalists, and a few others, including our very own Noriko Bulford, who has been openly critical about this project from the time it was conceptualized. Keep the intro quick and let's get straight into today's video.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you go, what?
All the time I just want to say, what? Big up Kwesi Ace and Calvin Burnett for that intro clip. If you're new to Scunville, press that red and white subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you can get updates when we post new videos. Oh, and give me a like on the like button. Now let's get on with it. Unlike Mr. Bulford, I keep an open mind on some issues, and this is one of the times that I disagree with him. He and others think Guyana should bypass the usage of gas and move straight to renewables. He also thinks the project is too costly and there is not enough transparency about the details. And to his credit, when the skunt is the PPP ever completely transparent about anything? Anyways, before I even get any further, let me state up front that after my team and I did some research into the details of what that project entails, we have come to the conclusion that it will bring meaningful benefit to Guyanese, which is why I wanted to come on here and shed some light on the matter from my perspective before them so-called oil experts jump on social media and try to misinform people just to create confusion for political mileage. My first point is the fact that Exxon is already being paid to produce oil and gas. The options for the gas that's being extracted along with the oil is to re-inject it back into the ground or pipe it to shore for consumption or possible sale. There is another option that we should never go near that starts with the letter F and rhymes with dare. But once we have an operational gas compressor, it will be rare. And EPA is ready to institute a fine and take a share. Anyways, enough nursery school rhymes. My second point is the logic behind bringing the gas to shore, which is to provide fuel for a power plant to be built in Wales at West Bank Demerara. The location is another point of contention between politicians, but we're not here for that. From all estimates, the power plant will be able to add at least 200 megawatts of electricity to our national grid and reduce the cost to consumers by half. According to Jagdeo, we currently pay 30 US cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. And if all goes well with this project, our light bill could be reduced by half by 2024, which is when the project is anticipated to come on stream.
If we're selling power now at 30 cents per kilowatt hour, that is what the consumers pay. Generating power at 7 cents per kilowatt hour, if you sell it when you have line and technical losses about 30%, say about that, you can sell power to the Guyanese public at 15 cents per kilowatt hour and still make a profit at GPL. That will be the price in power that people pay now will be half, cut by half.
Raise your hand if you want your $10,000 light bill to be reduced to $5,000 so you can have an extra $5,000 in your pocket every month to go and pick fare with them Spanish on North Road between Light and Cumming Street after 8 p.m. on weekdays, weekends, and holidays. Nobody from Sophia should be putting their hands up because everybody know about that wire that's connected to the post. So sit down. Moving on to my next point. The PNC is questioning the feasibility of the project. They did 5 studies in an effort to answer this question, but when the evidence was presented to them, they somehow still were not able to come to a conclusion. It is these same studies done by the PNC that Jagdeo picked up and determined that the project was financially feasible.
Now clearly the only takeaway from all the studies that we've examined carefully is that this is a financially feasible project.
Yet the same PNC is now putting up opposition just because they are now in opposition. They now believe it will be more feasible to put the gas on boats and have it transported to shore instead of using a fixed pipeline. The leader of this idea is our very own national cyclist killer, Gary Best. Based on what study? I don't have a clue. My advice to Best is to quit while you're ahead and step down from politics because no one could look at you without remembering Jude Bentley. And you are a political liability. Anyways, let me move on to my final point. Will there be some negative environmental impacts directly related to this project? Of course there will be. Mangroves will have to be removed, animals that inhabit the area will be displaced, the water quality in the area could potentially be diminished due to sediments from construction and waste products from the operation, and a whole host of other things that environmentalists will argue to the death that is bad, and is a good enough reason for the project not to move forward. These same environmentalists, by the way, are the same ones who jump on airplanes every month to go and give talks and stunts. If it were up to these environmentalists, we would not even have an airport, because our international airport, in my opinion, has about 100 times more of a negative impact on the environment than this gas-to-energy project. But we still jump on these planes because even though the noise from a jet engine could bust out your eardrums, we still need planes. Same way, even though there will be some negative environmental impacts from this gas-to-energy project, we desperately need cheaper electricity. These are my thoughts based on research we've done here at Guyana Uncut. And I want to encourage you to look deep into things before you jump on the next bandwagon. Do your own research and come up with thoughts of your own. Don't just repeat things said by your favorite politicians, who they themselves cannot find reasonable explanation for their position, just as long as they're opposing. We're not going to always agree, but if you're going to debate an issue, the least you can do is inform yourself properly and present an informed argument like Noriko and I are doing. This is Oil Watch. Check out the link in the description for our last episode where we covered the topic of Guyana's share from the oil. My name is Modwato. Boom out!
Hold up.